The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Hey, welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am David Pakman. Make sure to join our David Pakman Show membership program, which we'll be talking about a lot of things on the bonus show today. You also get the entire podcast commercial free. A lot of people lately, Lewis, emailing me saying they've been digging into our archives from like 2005, 2006, basically the horrible shows that
oh man, terrible.
we don't even want people to know exist. But I just keep them up there. People actually seem to like listening to that stuff.
Yeah. There was even one show where we had automation on for like half the show. Remember that one?
That's right. Yeah, there was once where we broadcast half of a show and we thought we were on the air, but there was music playing. This is back at the old radio affiliate where we did the show. A lot of nightmares in that archive. Hopefully people won't stumble across too many.
Yeah.
davidpakman.com/membership to sign up. Lewis, did you hear about this story about the U.S. Army is giving a test to troops, and some people are saying it's a religious test. Others are saying, well, it's really just about spirituality. But the long and short of it is questions are being asked about belief in God, and when there is not or in a higher power and a greater good, so on and so forth, and when the results are what is considered, according to this test, subpar, the suggested solutions include going to church, right? So if you deny that the questions are in and of themselves religious, the solution certainly sounds religious. Go ahead.
And so the Army wants people of faith.
Well, I can't imagine that they want atheists.
Well,
I mean,
if I were recruiting soldiers, I wouldn't want them to be religious.
Believe me, nobody like you is recruiting soldiers. This is an experimental. I know what you're getting at, though.
Yeah.
It's an Army mental health fitness initiative, right? And the guy who designed it, the psychologist, is the same guy who influenced a lot of the Bush administration, saying torture and waterboarding, whatever you want to call it, is a good idea and it works. And the people who are against this, which are actually hundreds of active duty soldiers that now are seeking representation, they're saying this unconstitutionally requires people who are enlisting in the military to believe in a God or a higher power to be, quote, spiritually fit. So this is assessing spiritual fitness, so to speak. The name of it is the CSF, Comprehensive Soldier Fitness, okay? It's a $125 million holistic fitness program. It started in late 2009. So it's actually been going on for a bit. Just now we're hearing more people speaking out about it. The idea is reduce the number of suicides and PTSD cases, which we know are at huge epidemic proportions over the last couple of years. And that's not a surprise. Multiple deployments to Iraq, Afghanistan, substandard care upon returning from combat for sure. So this is just unbelievable to me because at face value, many people may not be surprised that the military may be turning also into a government organization where church and state are not being separated. But here's an example. 27-year-old Sergeant Justin Griffith, right? He says the spiritual component of the test contains questions written predominantly for soldiers who already believe in God. Meaning, if you come in not believing in God, even if the question is not about God, you're not going to do well based on the phrasing of the questions. And this includes believing in a greater good, believing in a power greater than oneself. I wish I had them all in front of me. You see exactly what the angle is here, do you not, Lewis?
Indeed.
And Lieutenant Greg Bowling agrees. He says, according to a comment he posted on an official Army website last spring, the test, quote, asks intrusive questions about soldiers' spirituality, coming perilously close to violating the First Amendment. Now, remember when John McCain said he doesn't want to put some money towards a reality-based suicide prevention program?
Would you call this reality-based?
This is not reality-based.
Right.
So instead of actually putting some money towards additional mental health help and treatment for returning soldiers, which would actually prevent suicides and prevent extended PTSD cases, we're giving a religious test meant to do the same thing.
Right.
Right? The CSF is designed to reduce PTSD and suicide cases.
So as opposed to a psychiatric approach, the Jesus approach might work better.
Apparently that's what they think. Now remember, Don't Ask, Don't Tell wasn't making it illegal to be gay. You just had to keep it to yourself. This is going a step further. This is even affecting soldiers who may be religious, but they want to keep it to themselves. You can't do that. This test, if you want to keep your spiritual religious beliefs to yourself.
Or the opposite.
What do you mean?
A soldier who's not religious pretending to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure, that's right. It will also, of course, like Don't Ask, Don't Tell, have the opposite effect. So I don't even know what to think in terms of what needs to happen. Does the test just need to be removed? Well, I don't know. Not all of the questions are spiritual or religious based. And you might say, well, if there's no reference to God or to Jesus specifically, why is this wrong? Why is this still religious? There's a number of answers. If you don't like the answer, just read it and use logic and reason and figure it out for yourself. If that answer doesn't suffice, if you go to Clause 3, Article 6 of the Constitution, it actually says, never have a religious test for any position in the federal government. Doesn't have to say Jesus. And remember, Christianity is not the only religion, right? It could be religious and not mention Jesus. I know it's hard for some people to imagine that, but it could. And spirituality is basically just being used. It means religion in many cases, specifically in this case. And not only that, there are actually people in the military who are saying, you know what, I actually am a Christian. And this is really a specific brand of Christianity that is being pushed. Protestants and Catholics in the military are speaking out. They're outraged about this. What would you do, Lewis, as a half Jew, half non-practicing Muslim, if you were presented with this test?
Well, I mean, you're basically asking an agnostic person.
Right.
Okay. What would I do? I don't know what I'd do.
Well, give me any answer, any of the various groups you belong to. I mean, is this something you would leave the military over? Is this something you would just try to get a lawyer to help you with?
No, I think I would fill it out honestly, and if they didn't want to send me into battle, that's their prerogative. Whatever.
I mean, the fact is, and I got an interesting email from a soldier asking to remain anonymous, forget about this test. The non-religious have always been discriminated against in the military. And he said it starts in basic training and it continues from there. You don't want to go to church services on Sunday? Fine. Clean toilets while everyone else goes to church. Right from the beginning, this individual said, the anti-religious stuff exists in the military and it always has. And let's put this all together, right? Last week we did a story on tax dollars funding pedophilia through DynCorp and a bizarre practice called bachabazi in Afghanistan. Now we're seeing tax dollars are going to funding an increasingly faith-based military. This is cause to be concerned, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely the type of thing that we need to, I don't even know. That's the thing. What do we do?
What can you do?
I'm certainly not going to join the military and try to fix it from the inside out. That's for sure. I don't know. I actually don't know. Demonstrations, boycotts, I mean, you know, the normal stuff that the left is associated with. I don't know. I don't know how to change something like this.
I think ultimately this is something that will just fizzle.
Maybe a legal solution is the way. I just don't know. I really do lose hope that there can be any reasonable type of solution when something like this comes up. Let's break now, Lewis, then we'll come back. We still have a lot more I want to get to. DavidPakman.com/membership. You don't want to miss today's bonus show. We'll be talking about possibly using measles to fight cancer. Also, what happens to preferential treatment when there's a food shortage in the family? It's interesting stuff.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.